Abbas is in a critical moment right now. He has enjoyed this slight boost, I would say, as a result of achieving Palestinian observer status in the United Nations, which does promise perhaps some new levers and tools that he can use in trying to pressure Israel and the international community to discuss seriously a two-state solution. But at the same time, he's in a situation, if he's to use those tools, he may well be losing precisely the supporters that he needs in moving forward. Let me explain that. The United States has been very clear that it does not support this UN bid. And it'll be interesting to see now whether Abbas is willing to use those tools, because if he does, then he may well get a further backlash from Israel and the United States. It's interesting that the Israelis have said, they've slightly toned down the rhetoric, and they've said, we'll wait to see what he does with these new tools. Particularly, does he go for ICC membership, International Criminal Court membership, which then opens the door to individual Israeli officials being prosecuted in the legal court, as well as perhaps pursuing things like the settlement enterprise at the International Criminal Court. But again, if he does that, it's precisely that kind of backlash that he may face. On the other side, the Arab states, though they've given him backing, I think are not necessarily willing to come and plug even the financial difficulties or the gaps that he has right now. There seems to be a feeling that the ground is shifting from underneath him. He's been largely irrelevant when it came to the Gaza crisis, and that the focus is on Hamas. What comes next? Well, it may be that working with key regional Arab states, Hamas is forced or moved towards a more pragmatic direction, whereby those who want to talk, who want to govern, rather than do resistance, are the ones that are strengthened. The challenge is how do we connect those with Mahmoud Abbas and the Palestinian Authority? How do we get Palestinian reconciliation, and how do we get a Palestinian national movement which is united in pursuing talks? That's the challenge ahead of us right now. My fear is that if the Palestinian Authority and Abbas are continually undermined by a lack of a peace track, that it may well be Hamas that really sets the terms in terms of the future agenda of the Palestinian national movement. Abbas is also at a critical stage because, and the Palestinian Authority, because we have to ask ourselves the question, who follows Mahmoud Abbas? Who follows in pushing forward in the way that he has a commitment to a two-state solution and its realization? When we look around, we don't see that many takers. We don't see someone who clearly has been as committed to this cause and the non-violent cause as Mahmoud Abbas. And yet, he has very little to show for it today. It is an important development, victory, say, with regards to what's happened at the UN, but it's not enough. And if there isn't a viable peace track, and if that isn't really pushed now by the Obama administration, I'm afraid we're going to probably see not only the decline of Mahmoud Abbas, but we'll see the decline of a leadership which is so committed to that. And given the regional developments and the support that Hamas is now getting, it would not surprise me that the agenda and the tone of this Palestinian national struggle will be more clearly defined by Hamas.